Good day, fellas. As a Drongo style. Welcome to game number 20. In this one, we got Sushi versus Abbasid. And it's on hill and dale. So when I see Abbasid on this map, I'm expecting some boomy stuff on the hill. Yeah, and this game was it was against Bo. Anyway, this is Cope. For those unfamiliar with Cope, he is or was a streamer. It's one of the two, I'm not sure. Basically like season 1 till 3, I think he was around 1900 elo. And he played tournaments and stuff. I checked his Wikipedia page, he won like 2k or so. And he's always been known, like his streams were mostly, like in case somebody doesn't know him, it was more like a little bit more memey stuff, you know, and his playstyle has always been to be as greedy as possible. He really enjoys, like, you know, if you give him the chance, he'll make like 8 DCs and 20 layers of stone walls, you know, he's that kind of guy. Yeah, trying to pad my vills in a way that when they go to the gold, they don't push the deer away like that one. I want the deer to be close to the mill, so I'm also putting that vill there. So yeah, so against this guy, I'm like, I know this is him, right? I recognize the name. That's some AB4 padding going on right there. So I know he wants to be greedy. It's just like a given with him. Like if you, especially in the conq3, you kind of know your opponents. I think when people see my name, they will also expect certain things. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played Cope. I don't think he really plays anymore. I think, like I said, I think it was like season 1 till 3 that he was active. He's like better than he lets on, you know, like his rank is lower than it could be because of his choice, because of memeing and stuff. So he's not a bad player at all. These early games, even though there's deer, I like to just be on sheep because yeah, the sheep give you a lot more tax because you just drop off a lot more often. I don't usually look for these. Oh, this is taking me quite some idle time there, but I don't usually look for like these super insane meditation gardens. I'm just like, I almost always just build them in my base and just, you know, this is berries and gold, sure, whatever. I don't like to have it out on the map. Like, for example, you could see on the mini map there's that double gold and berries there, which would be higher income. But I don't really believe in it. Like, all the walking time is already a lot of resources that's gone, and then it's in a more exposed spot. Who knows what might happen? You might risk it, right? So it's like if you walk all the way there, you get 25 gold a minute more. I don't know. I usually don't bother with it because the walking time is doubled, right? Like it's back and forth. Especially with sushi, you don't want to like keep your vills there because then you can't IO buff it and you're not generating tax there. So I'm just doing my my castle age build that I did in one of the earlier videos. Now he's on stone, it's to be expected, and that's eco wing. So I won't have to deal with 2 spears and 2 archers or something. Like I think I don't need to do more scouting than this. Like if he would randomly start trading units now, that would really surprise me, and even if he did, it wouldn't really be that much of an issue. So I like to just drop off my food and then go with the IO, you know, so that they don't end up dropping like now and not being buffed, but every time I do it, there's just such an insane amount of villagers start walking in circles and stuff. It's a shame it's not more smooth. Like, this is what I mean, like, now there's so much idle time in them walking around and stuff. I'm not gonna be in time to supervise that. I'm gonna just H up with the gold vills. Now usually when I H up, I'm aging a little bit slower here, by the way, but whatever. And then when I H up, I usually turn my second IO. So he's chilling, he's getting like his TCs, getting some walls. I don't mind. I'm not in a rush. I'm just gonna get my monk boys out. And if he does train any units, these monks should beat them, so nothing really to particularly worry about. These guys only cost food, so that's why I ate up with the gold fills. I don't need gold right now. So, you know, this could be either 2TC or 3TC, I don't really know, and I don't really care either. My strategy doesn't really change. That dude is already at the sacred site, so I was like, might as well take it. He tries to lure me off a bit. And I always think getting these sacred sites going against a passive opponent is just, you know, the sooner the better. Who knows, you might want to play it as your win condition at some point. I'm sure some of you guys watching have been in the passive position that my opponent is in. And then all of a sudden those things are like 3 minutes to go and you're like, oh shit, I have to do something. So I'm just doing both. I'm getting the relics and I'm also putting some, getting some sides, putting some pressure. I'm not gonna be able to break through these walls for a while. He's gonna repair them, but I'm just building up my stuff. Still costs a little bit of idle time. I don't think it costs them any wood. As far as I know, any kind of repairing with abbasid is free, which I think is a bug, but it's also been in the game for a couple years, so can't really say for sure if it's a bug or not. Especially wild when you like lose your House of Wisdom or something, and or it's getting low HP and you can just siege it for free, build like repair it for free. Just gonna camp a knight at the sides. Make sure that he doesn't like decap it with like a scout or whatever. Putting one of my IOs from the that was buffing the stable is now gonna buff up the range because I want to get some Chukanu's to shoot at the camel archer and also the vills that are repairing. Don't need gold anymore, so we'll stop mining gold. So those guys are very good against spears. I mean, he's still gonna lose, as far as I know, just because of the numbers. But I think he got like almost 3 there. And we could see that he tried to decap that side, but there was a knight there, so. This map used to have an 8k gold mine in the base, which was a massive difference compared to now with the 4k mine. Like, you really have to go out of your base sooner than before. Gonna go back to buffing the stable now. We got some Chukanus out, so we can deal with like anti-cav. Now we're just gonna get as many knights as possible. He just aged. So he's gonna try to get a counter, but there isn't like a super clear hard counter to my comp. So yeah, he did go 3TC. And that's just super hard to hold to a guy that starts aging up to castle and somewhere in minute 5, right? So he's struggling. And he does end up just quitting. I think Cope is, by the way, I don't think he ever called GG. I might be wrong. I think he was one of those non-GG callers always. But yeah, I would say a good matchup for me, and 3TC is impossible to play here. Like, he has to go 2. I really love abbasid though. Like, they're my favorite civ, or one of my favorite civs. It just, even with walls, like it's just too, they fall too quickly, and then this is the crazy part, right? Like, look at that shit. Like, we're gonna go to it once again. Plus 33, by the way. Like, okay, this is military because I'm making army. Like, my eco is still, just the entire game, I'm way ahead of him, and he's on 3TC, you know? Like, that's ludicrous. Like, his 3TC should at least be ahead from minute 10 or so. But so he's putting all these resources into building them, training extra villas, whatever. And I'm just this far ahead in eco. Like, isn't that crazy? Because this part from here, like, this is all without relics and sacred sites, you know, those kick in later. This is just simply IO eco. I think, like, in my opinion, Sushi and China are the two strongest cities in the game, probably. So yeah, if you out eco someone and you're the guy making army and he isn't, how can he ever deal with your army? Like, I just have way more units, so bit of a one-sided game. Funny to see Cope in one of these. And I'll do game 21 here as well. So I'll see you in that one right after.